Hey, people, welcome to another Sunset Sunday. My name is Grace Smith, waiting on my business partner Kent to get on here. Hope he's not having problems like he had last week. We're gonna talk about some serious things. What's been happening this week in the job market and why some things that the press don't like to talk about, don't like to discuss, don't like to tell you. Okay, that's what they don't like to discuss. They don't like to tell you. We're gonna discuss those type of things tonight. How's everybody doing? God, we just had. I'm in here in Columbus, Ohio. We just had I don't want to say accumulating snow, but it stuck. So we had our first snow, um, sticking snow, I should say, in Columbus, Ohio today. We didn't get out of the 30s, so I don't know how it was in your area. I guess the Northeast, like New York, New Jersey, parts of Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, all that, they got hit with some things too. So we're going to discuss some things that have been going on. I can't believe we are 2 weeks. Well, we're less than 2 weeks out of the till Thanksgiving. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Greg Smith?
Not much. Just talking to the audience about uh getting our first sticking snow of the season. I know you're happy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm ecstatic about that.
Well, at least you don't have to drive in it. You know what I mean?
right.
No.
And I only because I'm like, of course, as you know from where I'm from,
Oh yeah,
this
I
is
know.
like really people getting all up in arms about this. So,
Oh no, I miss the. You're right. It ain't nothing. Compared
right.
where you guys get stuff, and they probably got some stuff. Well, Upper Peninsula, Michigan got 8 to 12 inches of snow. I heard.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard
You know.
Chicago. I don't know if it's true, but I heard Chicago got a significant amount of snow as well.
Well, they on that Great Lakes, Lake Michigan, Lake
Mm-hmm.
Michigan. What is going on in our economy today? Did you see there was another in September, another 4 million people said adios to their jobs?
Yeah, well, it was like 100,000 more in September, and
Yeah,
as
well, they
opposed
said they
to
said it was another. I read or saw a post that came up on Smart News. It was another 4 million altogether. There was 4 million
hmm
in August. So
hmm
you're talking about a whole total of 8.4 million people that said bye to the economy, or not say that bye to the economy, but bye to their jobs.
right.
Um, and I was hearing, I said, I've been getting on press news things like MSNBC because they're all kind of in the cahoots with a lot of stuff when it talks about this stuff, talking about how they're not leaving the job market. Well,
Sure they are.
yes, they are. If they weren't leaving the job market, if they were truly looking for another job, and you guys keep saying that they can't fill these jobs, then what do you call that? I mean,
Exactly. Excuse me.
it just it just kind of I don't know what to say when I hear stuff like that. And the press, like I said, the press in our country is part of the problem when it comes to telling the truth about what's going on. And and it's all about ratings. I just
Oh
heard
yeah,
another
no doubt.
I just heard something else today that kind of made me wonder, and it's kind of on the rim what I've been kind of talking about. Um, they're talking about being authentic online. That I don't want to get into too much of that, but um, being authentic online, he said, it's kind of bullshit. He said, being authentic online is about telling the truth of what's really happening in our environment. You don't have to be
Mm-hmm.
authentic if you're telling the truth. If you're
Hmm.
always, and this is the problem I'm finding in a lot of things in our industry. They want everybody wants to give their opinion about how to make money in line, but
Right.
if you don't understand why you're not making money, you can't solve the problem to make money.
Right.
This is why this show was always based on the problems. And yes, I focus on the problem so you understand it, and then we give you solutions or direct you to solutions. Now, we can't make you do anything, but only thing we can do is give you the reasons why, from our perspective, why things are happening the way they are doing. Like I just heard that, you know, Biden's approval rate's down at 41% because of the economy. But the economy ain't Biden's problem. And this is what I kept saying to people. I said, one of the first things that Biden had to address was the COVID situation. It didn't matter about the
Yes.
economy. It didn't matter about no jobs. If nobody was well enough in this country to produce, go to a job or whatever, it didn't matter. The first thing they needed to be taken care of was a vaccine. Now, everybody want to argue the fact about I don't trust the vaccine. Well, you don't trust government, you don't trust this. If you're gonna have to trust something, because if they didn't address the problem at hand, fuck all the other stuff, because that was gonna come regardless. If you don't address the permanent problems at hand, all the other stuff around it don't mean shit. That means even when we teach you or talk about what we're going to talk about tonight about the game of the wealthy, they're part of this system and part of the problem also. You have to address the problem at hand before anything else. And at that time when he came in, the problem was COVID. The problem still is COVID.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the problem is COVID. Now they're talking about we getting back into another surge because it's getting colder and people are more inside, but we still got a disproportionate population that won't get vaccinated. They say we're a little better than we were last winter, but still, I got my
Mm-hmm.
booster. I got my booster on Friday.
Okay.
Oh, have you gotten a booster?
I haven't gotten a booster yet. No.
All you
No.
got to do is go to make an appointment at a CVS. That's all I did.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
um, but this is the problem with that stuff. If you don't take care of what needs to be taken care of, it's just like people when we talk about people say they got to make money immediately. And we give them a thing about learning affiliate marketing, which will help you make money right now, but then
Exactly.
they won't take the initiative to go do something. What are you supposed to say to people that won't take an initiative?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you supposed to say to
Because,
people? They know the problem. You really don't have a thing, a choice. We really want to talk about choice. You either we either get vaccinated, and I ain't talking about all this bullshit. Your immune half of America's immune system ain't about shit because part of the problem is our diet and the stuff that we have in our diets and our food system. That's a given.
mm-hmm.
But knowing that, hell, when you tell people there's minerals and vitamins, they won't even take that. you know. So you almost got to get an attitude. Well, you know what? Fuck them people that don't want to do this shit. Why keep beating a dead horse about stuff? And it's like I keep telling people, like, I hear people talking about, well, we haven't gotten a raise in my as a retiree in 5 years. Well, okay, I understand that. They had this guy on MSNBC the other day talking about, we're all talking about people paying, who pays taxes, why Bezos don't pay no taxes, why, um, why they say his tax thing said he only made 87,000. One of the things people got to understand. This is the biggest problem with the working class in this country and around the world. You base most people base their income of going somewhere and clocking in and getting paid weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. That's income. Okay?
Mhm.
That's income. When you can make $100,000 or more a year or bit or 100 million. The tax code bases off of this is how the wealthy play the game. They they play it on, if you know about the cash flow quadrant, they play the game in a different aspect than most people. I don't know if I can find that on here. If I had to pull up the cash flow quadrant, let me see if I can find that. Let me go up here. We go with Google, and that will explain a lot of things that people need to understand. Okay, where could I pull this up here? Not mad. Let me pull this up here. Okay, let me go. uh, so this diagram, people should understand how all this stuff works as far as money and uh, here. Okay, here we go. Um, let me see. See this. This open up more. Okay, here we go. This is what people got to understand, folks. This is what you got to understand. There are truly four ways people make income: linear income or leveraged income. Most 95% of y'all work on this side of the quadrant, the employee, or you're self-employed. That means you own a job. Okay. Mom
Mhm.
and pop store, stuff like that. There's no leverage on. You always hear me talk about leverage in business. Okay. Most of the time in network marketing back in the day, you didn't own a business, you owned a job. You were self-employed because it took your act of doing something to make money. Okay. A true business owner owns a system, okay, or creates a system that leverages their wealth, whether they work or not, or they have people in their business that help that. An investor leverages the population, and it makes money regardless. People like Robert Kiyosaki talks about he invests in like commodities, oil, gas. Like even though that oil, the gas, when the gas is going up, he's gonna make money. If the gas is cheaper and it's for the working class, he's still gonna make money. The working class,
Mhm.
okay, what's going on here? The working class's problem is that they get into things that are liabilities. Your job is a liability because of the taxes that you pay on. This both sides of the cash flow quadrant is based off liability. You buy liabilities, you even like basketball players. Let's say $1 million contract to 2 million, whatever basketball player. What's the first thing they go do?
Mhm.
Buy the toys, the $250,000 Maserati,
There you go. Yep. Yep.
3.5 million dollar home somewhere in
Mhm.
Hollywood Hills. Okay. Contrary to what a broker, why they call them broker? Because they broke. Why they are liabilities? Because they depreciate. Depreciated value costs you money. A house is not an asset. A car is not an asset. Now let's get this straight, people. I'm not telling you not to go buy these things. I'm
Right.
I'm pressing upon you to understand the mindset of the rich. This is why you don't see Warren Buffett driving in the most up-to-date car. He understands where to put his money into asset places that kick him back money. A car breaks down, which it costs you money. A house you constantly got to fix up, do the things you do, and then plus you got to pay taxes on that house every year. So
Yes.
understand the
Indeed.
difference between an asset and a liability, which most people on this side of the quadrant work on. The people on the bit and the B and I work for these type of things. They acquire assets, commodities, investments, real estate. All those are assets because they make you money. Understand, anything that takes money out of your pocket is it's a liability. Your job is a liability because it takes you money, gas, maintenance on your car to go to it.
Or if I could interject here, Greg, I don't know if you know this sister economist and financial planner named Michelle Signatory. She said her grandmother used to tell her this, and this is one of the rules that she goes by to this day. She said, if it's on your ass, it is not an asset.
Not right. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that
Mhm.
from some uncles and aunts of mine. If it's on your ass, it ain't an asset. And you've heard Rudy say this too, that we've had on the show. If they
Yeah,
could
yeah,
control, if they could control your mind, they can control your behind. And that's
yes,
another
indeed.
way. That's another way they control you through ignorance about finances. Okay.
Hmm.
So all this stuff that like Kent just said, if you putting it on your back, it ain't an asset.
Right.
Assets are stuff that make you money, folks. This is the game of the rich. Okay. The other thing the rich do, and you watch your let me go over here, let me go. You watch your grandparents about we talking about houses, how your grandparents get in the house and they stay in there till they die, or one of them die, or both of them die, or whatever.
Hmm.
You know why that is? And well, we know why that is with black people, because black folks only could live certain places. I understand that.
Hmm.
But that tradition has been ingrained in a lot of people, even white folks, working class of white folks. If you watch the rich, let's go with the entertainment industry. Well, they a lot of them. And I'm talking about the ones that got money. Okay,
Right,
I'm talking about like Eddie Murphy. He put down where he lived in his house in Jersey. It was about at that time it was like about 6 point something million. He sold it a long time ago because he said that New Jersey's real estate tax was outrageous. I remember my grandmother saying that. How the real
hmm
estate things. The wealthy do not buy houses in the same mind frame as the working class, neither. Okay. If you watch, you hear certain celebrities buy a house for some odd millions of dollars, and then they in it maybe what? Maybe a couple years, maybe not even 5 years. They flip it
Right.
for 3
Yeah,
times
no more than
amount.
5. No
Yeah.
more than 5. Yeah.
Yeah, they flip it for some odd amount of money. That's because they understand that it's not an asset. And these are the ones
Mhm.
that are smarter and use the tax code and the tax code on real estate and whatever to their advantage. See, the working class get into this thing because we've been trained to go get a job, work for this job for however long you work for to get a retirement. Another thing that's not an asset. And buy a house, buy a mortgage because we're talking about um getting that what do they call what's that in the real estate game? I can't. Um and it takes time to build that. I get them. What do they call that? Equity. Equity in the house.
Mhm.
Equity takes long time to build, people. If you're only getting a house to build equity, you're kind of foolish because you equity only comes on the amount whatever you're paying a month for that house. Okay, so you got to understand the game. The rich do not care about that stuff. They care about one day. Their whole thing is that what can I flip this in a couple of years to make money off of? They use houses to make money, people. You
Right.
can't get mad at the wealthy because they understand that what most working class people don't understand. And we get mad at them because they do. Educate yourself. My whole purpose of Sunset Sunday was not so much to try to sell you anything. It was try to educate yourself about what's going on in the world, why this shit is going on in the world, and how you can take advantage of it. Because no matter what Biden does in the White House with this Build Back Better deal, people are going to always struggle because they have no economic wherewithal or education. Because you can if you continue to do the things that you keep doing, the skill if you keep with the skill sets that you've acquired, which are mostly outdated, probably didn't work that well in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s anyway, but you're not willing to
Mhm.
acquire other skill sets, you're gonna struggle. See, I'm currently writing another book. I got 3 book ideas. I got a book idea. I've been doing some stuff with it, and it's called "You're on the Wrong Side of the Balance Sheet," and it talks about what we're saying now. Okay, the book will be talking about exactly about the stuff we saying now. And I give you some history on why you struggle in this economy, why you struggle in the capitalist economy because you don't play the capitalist game. You play the game of the working class. The game of the working class will always struggle until you understand. You know, there's that saying: if people knew how money worked, there'd be a revolution tomorrow.
Mm. Mhm. Exactly.
You know,
And Henry Ford said that.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, that's why I got Ken on here. He remembers some of those history things like that. I don't remember. I mean, I do. I know I heard it from somewhere, but sometimes
Mhm.
I'm like, where did I hear that shit from? But yeah, that's why. And we can sit up here and talk about different things, and we're here to educate you about the things that are going on in the world. Okay, there's too many marketers out here today. I'm not trying to knock them, but their whole, I was talking to another associate, talking about network marketing. I said the biggest problem with network marketers is that you think that's your business. You treat that as, you treat your upline as your teacher. Your upline ain't your teacher. Your upline is just an upline. Okay. Your
Mhm.
upline more or less don't know no more than you do. You just came across them and they were able to sponsor you in the business. That's the problem with network marketing. Network marketing is nothing but you're nothing but a contracted worker for a company that allows you. They're supposed to teach you some or give you some resources. See, this is what another thing they don't tell you. Network marketing is made up of two parts of the business. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. All of them are supposed to be. One part of it is affiliate marketing. You know what affiliate marketing is, people? You know what affiliate marketing is, kid, because we've been on this dang on 8-week
Oh, yes,
course.
sir. Yes,
Affiliate
sir.
marketing ain't no more than you using some other people's products, and they letting you make money
Hmm.
off. You
Hmm.
can be an affiliate marketer for Amazon. Okay, there's a whole lot of places you can be an affiliate marketer for. A lot of stuff back then when we got in the network marketing, Amazon wasn't even around.
Right.
Okay, there's a ways you can make money in network marketing. That component that you sell those products and services, that's the affiliate marketing component. The networking part is that what they should teach you how to be doing, but they don't. They call it prospecting. See, there's a difference between prospecting and networking. And like I said, I wrote a book on this about 4 years ago. Have you looked over that book, Kit?
I I was trying to get into some of it this afternoon. So I'm just starting at the very beginning. Just to give you a heads up.
Oh,
Just
okay.
starting it.
Because it's a book I wrote. When did I write that book? 2016 got published there. Um, and it's oh, here it is. This is the book I have. Okay. 5 keys to success in today's market. In the network marketing business profession, they teach you how to prospect. There's a difference between marketing and prospecting. Most network marketers do prospecting, they don't know how to market. I don't care which one you're with, New Skin, Herbalife, Amway, all those
Hmm.
ones are based off of one thing, chasing people all over the country, showing them their commission plan, marketing plan, whatever, sitting down with them in hotel meetings and all this, rah-rah meetings and all that stuff, which are fine. But it does not really make you money because most of the people that are in it don't know how to make money. They don't know how to market. All they know how to do is chase people around, and they really don't even know how to sell themselves. You're taught to sell those products, which is the affiliate marketing problem part of it. But before you do any of that stuff, people, you have to have an audience that wants your products and services. See, the whole commission,
Right.
the whole bass awkward thing that was in network marketing because we didn't have an infrastructure called the internet back then. So they had to use what they had to use, but you still really need to build an audience to find out who wants your products and who didn't. Because all you're doing is wasting your time with folks that don't really want anything that you have. And you need to know. It's just like even stores. Stores know, like oh, I've mentioned this before. You know all the advertisements, you get them probably now because of the holidays, whatever the stores that you shop at, they send you flyers or you opt into a mailing list, hence what we've been talking about for a few weeks.
Yes.
To mail you Christmas specials. You see Black Friday specials coming up in a couple of weeks. You'll see Cyber Monday stuff. All that's marketing, people. Networkers don't do that. Networkers chase people all over the internet, all over the coffee shops and everything. So that's not what we that's not what we do, and that's not what we teach. Yeah, there's a market for that, But honestly, that market is very, I'm just saying it's outdated. It really is outdated. What's your thoughts on all this, Kent?
Yeah, for marketing that way, you have to be one of those gregarious birds, that just knows how to puts words together, and you have that kind of minute personality that 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 people find alluring, and that's just not in today's, especially in today's economy, and in today's market. It may work for some folks, but I would say for 90 to 95% of us, that's not gonna work, folks. It's not gonna
No,
work.
it just doesn't. It really doesn't have a an effective. It's just not effective,
Hmm.
and you got to understand that for that to really work in the marketplace today, yeah, you gotta you have to have a, as some people say, a whole line of shit. I mean, you really do. And most people
The gift
don't
of
have it,
gab.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You got.
and you don't, and most people don't have the time to do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right.
It's just not a. It's in today's market in the digital age. It's just not a real conducive type of way to try to sell a product or service to people when you got so much more other ways to do it. Effective leveraging is um, more advantageous to your market than it is trying to chase people that you don't even know if they're interested. I know talking to this guy. There was a guy in our in business with, and his name is Larry Winters, and he talked about, Larry Winters got into a they develop a strategy which is really not so much. It's more or less qualifying people for you to spend. They qualify people to spend time with them. Okay,
Hmm.
it's like dating. Okay, why you go on a date? Okay, you go on a date to see if you really got anything in common. If you want to see this person anymore, continue. You find out about that person. Well, marketing is no different. Developing a relationship. Guys, people that are watching, you ever heard of that thing? Developing a relationship. Okay, that's
Uh,
the same thing. Too many marketers out here today don't know how to develop a relationship because you got a generation of folks that just jump on head first into something and say, "Well, go on and get the money," and da da da. That's not gonna work, and that's not gonna work on social media. People are more aware about stuff today than they used to be, and they're just not gonna be uh open to strangers trying to sell them shit.
hmm.
And if you don't have that kind of relationship, or you haven't established an audience or whatever, you gotta too many of y'all want to leave out the steps. And you think it's gonna take more longer. With the internet, it does not take long to develop relationships with people because of the leveraging factor that we have with social media. You can get hundreds of people following you on your thing in a matter of, sometimes in a matter of a month or less. And this all depends on what value base that you bring to the market, and understanding what's going on in the market and how to market that value to people who need your product or service. And that's all what it is about. And this is what the rich aren't any smarter than anybody else. They just know their audience and they know their market and they know the tax laws. See, the biggest problem with the working class is you'll get killed. You'll get killed on the tax side of it. As I showed you with the cash flow quadrant, that's the one thing that kills working class is taxes. And they just had this thing too. I don't know if you saw this, Kent, talking about if you um didn't get a 6% raise this year.
Mm-hmm.
6%. You hear this, people? 6% raise on your wages when the government hit you from 40 to 50% higher in taxes. What in the hell 6% gonna do for you? You know what I mean? I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah, that's just like a friend of yours saying, "Well, I'm going to give you five $500, but I'm gonna need 350 of that back by 5 o'clock today." You know,
Yeah,
that's
there's a
that's like, oh well, great, great. I could have
yeah,
had this, but now I got to.
yeah, it's crazy. There's this person. There's a lot of people I've seen online. They put up this picture or whatever, and they tell you if you can find the eight amongst all these other things or the picture or whatever. And then when you find it, they tell you, oh, well, inbox me. Inbox you
Yeah,
for what? And
yeah.
then when you inbox you, they say, well, you won this money. And then they say, well, we take a 5% or 10% commission out of that. Well, wait a minute. If I won it, why are you taking all this? And then
Hmm.
this is another thing I don't get. This is one thing people don't do in detail. If you're gonna sell stuff online, you need to you don't assume that everybody has the Cash App. I hate keep saying well, you need to do the Cash App. No, I don't need to do the Cash App. You should have another way. I had that Cash App, but I had some problems with that. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
stop assuming that the Cash App is the only way y'all can do things. There was PayPal before the Cash App.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay, all because y'all see too many of you guys. This is a problem we got now in 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 the government. We got these newfangled folks talking about how progressive they are. Y'all ain't all that progressive. I got I got in this conversation with a female friend of mine. She's around my age or our age or whatever. And she's like,
Hmm.
he's talking about how there's a problem in our society that everybody's trying to be so progressive, but they're not understanding what nature is. I mean, you know what I'm getting to about all this
Okay.
craziness is
Oh,
going
oh
on
yeah,
with,
oh yeah.
we got a problem with the feminization of especially black and brown males
Yes, sir.
in this
Yes, sir.
country. And too many people walk around here act like, oh, that's okay. They got to be, if a man's a man, a woman's a woman. Okay. That's not old fashioned. That's nature. Okay. Do you understand the difference between things being old fashioned? Old fashioned is your ass getting up by a alarm clock going to a job that's taking 50 and 40% of taxes out of your wages. That's old fashioned. Okay. That's old fashioned.
Hmm.
This other hot mess that's going on, like I said, I can't get with. I can't get with, you know, and it's too much of a hot mess. I don't know what your thoughts are about that, kid, but it's woo.
I'm just saying, don't people are gonna do what they're gonna want to do, either legally or illegally. you don't have to bring it around me. That's all I can say
Yeah,
on that.
but the
Don't.
problem is now it is being brought around you through media, through
Well,
commercials, through every time we see something,
woo,
it's
oh
been
yeah,
it's
you
thrown
right
up in your
about
face.
you
And
right
y'all,
about that.
you don't,
You
I
right
ain't got
about
to
that.
say when everybody know what I'm talking about, what's going on.
Hmm.
Okay, we got more of that kind of stuff, and then we talking about um why there's problem in the black community. Well, we got a lot of problem because we accept too much bullshit as being cool or swag or that new term woke. I am so tired of hearing that BS term. Y'all need to go back to sleep. Y'all need to have a nap. That woke mess, it's mess. There's a lot of hot mess. What are you woke about? If you were woke about some things, maybe you wouldn't have some of the problems you got now. See, the game in this capitalistic society, understanding the dollar bill, how it works, how to make it work for you. That's being woke. Not all this other hot mess you claim that you woke about. Because once you get that situation in hand, all the other stuff in a lot of instances will fall into place. But see, we ain't taught to understand that kind of stuff. We're taught to always be the docile and obedient person or group of people to play along to get along. That's what's getting you screwed. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why they wanted us. Another reason why I don't know if anybody remember the net neutrality type thing that was going on back in first year of Trump. They wanted to slow down the internet so they wouldn't get
Right.
messages out like what we got going on now. So that
Hmm.
was another thing. We got, being woke is understanding past things that lead up to now. That's being woke. Not the hot mess y'all claim that's woke. But that's it. It's a hot mess. Not the stuff that these younger group of folks claim that they woke about. They ain't woke about it. Understand finances and how they work and how to work them for your advantage. That's being woke. Because no matter how much you want to bitch and complain about what Jeff Bezos do and don't do, what Warren Buffett do or don't do, even 45, what he do and don't do. Well, he ain't in that. He ain't really that much in that bracket anymore. So, you gotta understand that game. Okay, that's the game you got to understand. Because if you don't understand that, like I said before, Trump. Why are people following him now? He's not even relevant. The boys getting ready to get hit with the big indictments, left, right, up that wazoo, through the nose cavity, everything. And they keep talking about all this. I don't know. Do anybody watch Bill Maher? You watch Bill Maher?
I haven't caught him in. I do, but I haven't caught it in the last couple of weeks.
Well, next week is going to be the last of the season until probably January.
Mhm.
But Bill
Okay.
Maher's getting a little bit. Some people saying, well, he's trying to look at both sides of the thing. There's nothing to look at on the both sides. The other side don't make any damn sense. See, this is the problem with progression. When it's idiotic, when it's stupid, and you want to call it progressive, there's something wrong with you in that thought process. See, this is the problem with even Bill Maher is on that cash flow quadrant. Let me go. He's on this thing, what I call the cash flow quadrant. Okay. Bill Maher. Let me go back. This is where Bill Maher is. Bill Maher's over here. He's an employee. He worked for HBO. Okay? He may make $1 million, but his time and freedom, his time wise, is restricted, and is restricted by what he can do and say. Even though he might be he could be self-employed, but he's still contracted by HBO. See, this is what the thing we're trying to get. Everybody try to understand when it comes to this. A lot of y'all don't understand this because y'all too caught up in the prestige of being working for somebody. You too caught up in the letters and shit behind the name, or the door, the name on the door, or all that stuff that you don't own or control. You get caught up in it as the I made it type deal in that aspect. That's where Bill Maher is. So now it sounds like Bill Maher has been told to be more, I don't want to say center left or center right, but his thought and some of the things he say are starting to sound like crazy.
Okay.
And that's the things
Okay.
you got to start looking at when you start seeing celebrities. We get caught up in the celebrity thing. I mean, he still don't like, he never liked Trump, but some of the things, he talking about, well, we can't do hate. It's not about doing hate. It's self-defense. It's what people who got sense have to do. It's defense. If you're not learning to protect yourself, you got to protect yourself in all manners and cases. And if it, if it looks like, hey, so be it. I can't worry about what people think about what you say and what did you do, because they don't like it. You don't like what you say. That's their problem. Okay. But what we got to choose in this society, what we're gonna be really awoke about. Okay. Not all this, not all this shit. I'm sorry. There's other mess. And we got to look at, they're wanting to give all these Afghanistan people 400 and something $1,000, and black people still. Oh, I know what I wanted to show y'all. I don't know if I can find it. There's a guy who was talking about why. Let me see. I don't know if I can find it or not. He was talking about why Haiti was poor.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if I can find it on here. I had put it on here. I may not be able to. I don't know if that's gonna come up. And this is some shit. And he used Haiti as an example of why a lot of people and black folks are in the situation they're in. Yet they want to give these Afghans 400 something $1,000 that they had nothing to do with this country building or nothing, because they come from another, rip torn country. Well, them motherfuckers wouldn't fight for their own damn country. So shit. I'll see if I can find. I don't know if it's on here. Probably should have saved it, but I actually saw it on. I saw it on Instagram, but I don't know. What's that noise? What's that noise?
Oh, that was Mel's boyfriend leaving.
Oh, I'm like,
You
what in
heard
the hell is that noise?
that?
I don't know if I can find. I can't find it. Well, maybe I can explain. In this video he talks about how the French made Haiti pay back. Took 140 something years to pay back about $2 billion for their freedom. It's because
Hmm.
what's his name? What's the guy that beat out the
Oh,
French
the
army?
revolt. Yeah,
Huh?
Toussaint
Toussaint, yeah,
Louverture. Yeah.
yeah. Well, because of what he did, the French said that they got mad because he was able to do that, and they said
Mm-hmm.
if they threatened France. I mean, they threatened Haiti by saying that okay, y'all did that, but we can because they'll come in there, take over your island, and re-enslave you. They said, what are you going to do to you know compensate for the loss of human workers, which means slavery. Okay. So what they did was
Mm-hmm.
charge Haiti, you know, with billions of dollars to compensate that. And they took about 50% of their produce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they were able to pay all that shit back, but that still kept Haiti from, moving forward in the years because they weren't able to, move forward because they were busy paying France back
Paying,
and that,
paying that debt.
and that
Yeah.
debt.
That, that supposed debt. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So back in was it 2013 or 2014, the Haitian government asked, they said, fuck that, you should pay us back for this stuff. And France basically said, fuck them. We ain't doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
contrary to what everybody is, the people, the people who benefited from that and the banks, one of the banks that benefited from that is one of the banks in the United States called Citibank. People,
Mm.
Citibank here in the United States. So
Mm-hmm.
America's part of that problem too.
Oh
They be-
yeah.
they
Oh
benefited
yeah.
from all that. So these are the type of things that people need to understand. I can't find it. I thought I saved it on my page, but I don't see it. These are kind of things that happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing that happened with even with Cuba. Now the Cuban people are about to uprise against this authoritarian government they've been dealing with for the last 60 something years. Well, shit,
Oh yeah.
the Castros are gone. So
Yep.
why are they sitting there dealing with this shit now? See, you get to a point you can't keep people stupid and dumb forever because people will uprise over this, and it's just like people will start figuring out now, or people are starting to figure out now that they don't have to go to a job. See, COVID, like I've been saying, the positive side of COVID, everybody talking about look at the positive side of dark thing. Well, the positive side of COVID was it woke people up, letting them know I don't need corporate America to make money. We got the internet and social
Mm-hmm.
media, and I got devices like what we showing the show on, or we got smartphones. That's what woke up people. That's why people are quitting their jobs at the alarming rate. They call it the Great Resignation we are in. You know, everybody's heard the Great Depression. I wrote a blog about that. We are in what they call a Great Resignation. People telling corporate America to kiss they entire ass. Remember Della Reese said that in Harlem Nights?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, kiss my entire ass. You know,
yes,
and that's
indeed.
what's happening.
Yep.
That's what's happening, people, now. For the first time ever that I can remember, the working class really now has an advantage to negotiate or dictate what they want to be paid if they want somebody to come work for them.
Mhm. Mhm.
You got the you got the ball in your corner. And you really will have the ball in your court if you have other skill sets. You know, now people like what I do, I can negotiate a whole lot more money now if they want my services, because stuff that I acquired, even though I went to college and everything, uh, I can negotiate. Either you pay it or go fuck off. But I was saying that way before then.
Mhm.
And I said, if I go to college, y'all gonna pay me what I think gonna work, or you gonna pay me the marketplace. I ain't got nothing about. I'm not. I go to college to gain skill sets and do some stuff. And I had even when in college, I was marketing and doing websites then. And I told them, this is
Okay.
what you go. This is what you need to pay me because I was doing this shit while I was in school. So I was playing what
Mhm.
I was learning in a real professional way while I was still in school. And I was building a portfolio
Mhm.
then, and people still act like they didn't want to pay. I'm gonna go fuck off. If you know your worth and your skill sets or whatever, you can negotiate what the hell you want. And if they didn't want to do it, you go into business for yourself and you become them fools competition. That's how you
Mm.
work this shit. Okay? That's how you work
Right.
that. And that's what's going
Right.
to be happening to these big businesses now. People are being smarter. They say, okay, fine. You don't want to pay me this. I'm just gonna be your competition now. And I don't have to have the outlay economically to do things like you did because I got what we call social media and the internet. We got leverage. See,
Mhm.
once you understand that shit, you tell corporate America go fuck themselves. Really. Tell corporate America bafangu stu guys. Okay? You ain't got to play that game. You do not have to play that game with them. That's why we are in what we call the great resignation. Because people have woken up to the fact I do not have to do this crap. I do not have to do this crap for this pay. We just gave you some instances of why people struggle, what you can do to get out of struggle. We know we always got tools and services. We tell y'all that every week when we here. You just got to meet us halfway on what you want to do. We get ready to go into what is this, the week what? 7 for the
Yeah,
affiliate thing?
this will be week 7 coming up. Yep.
We got an affiliate program shows you how to make money as affiliate marketer. Now, trying to see where the heck the damn thing is at. Um, here it is. Here it is. That's the link. You can still join this today. Joining this for $50 gets you 30 days free in our marketing system and coaching by joining in on this thing now. The $50, people.
Plus, you
You're
would
gonna
get
have to acquire.
you would
Go
get
ahead.
and you would get you would get the previous weeks
Yeah.
of this boot camp as a as a bonus. Well, not as a bonus, as part of the package as well.
But being part of that program, you'll get the recordings um from the first day that we started it. We started this stuff back in
Right.
when we start this thing. early October, late September, something like that.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
So you'll get the recordings, plus you get 30 days free coaching and a part of the system that me and Kent are belong to, where we learn to do the things that we do now. What do you? I mean, what's the problem? You can't spend $50 on BS. We talked about liabilities. Y'all blow $50 on liability. Why don't you reinvest in yourself? Spend $50 for build an asset, build a long-lasting asset through this program here, people, which we're in here now. That's what you need to do. And when you're not willing to reinvest in yourself, you deserve to struggle. See, I'm not gonna candy coat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. If you're not willing to reinvest in your own self, because nobody else is gonna do it. If you're not willing to do it, you
Right.
deserve to struggle. No questions about it. You deserve to struggle. You deserve to always be
Hmm.
behind the eight ball on what's going on. If you choose to always, you think you are safe and comfortable because you got a 9 to 5 job and you waiting for retirement, go ahead. I ain't told you what's going on with retirement.
Hmm.
People ain't getting a raise, 6% raise, ain't shit when they hit you with 40, 50% tax hike. Ain't shit.
Hmm.
And y'all gonna still
Hmm.
keep doing that. Go ahead. Well, my dad used to say, what you eat don't make me fat. And what you don't eat don't make me skinny. you know? So, I mean, it don't make no difference.
Hmm.
I know another colleague, a friend of mine. Well, I don't want to say a friend of mine. I went to school with her. And she always asks this question. Why is it that, and I see this, I got a lot of uh, reels and stuff online with my cats. Hundreds and hundreds of views on there. Okay. But when it comes to talking about serious asset things that we talking about right now, you get more crickets on there. Nobody shows no views, nothing. I don't understand that. In a day and age where
Oh yeah,
information is
yeah,
plentiful about what's needed, it can't be
yeah.
about no trust. The trust like factor is BS. Ain't even about us.
R-
It's about what we showing you
Right,
and telling you.
right. Yeah, you're right. Cause, and you know me, Greg. How I'm a big Buckeyes and Cowboys fan. I probably get a comment here and there on the Cowboys or on the Buckeyes or whatever other trivial things. But if I say something about if I say something about how to leverage your online business or how to learn a new skill set so you can use that to your advantage, man. It's almost like you said, it's almost like crickets, like
It doesn't make sense. I
folks
mean,
can't see the forest for the trees.
but they see the fourth. If they can't see in what's going on in our economy now, you cannot blame. You can't be waiting. See, there's too many people got a welfare mentality. That's the problem.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Y'all, if they took away today the ability to go to a job seriously, and you had to create your own economy, what the fuck would y'all do?
Hmm.
See, 90% of y'all gonna got no skill sets, but being somebody's employee. Because I know there's a lot of y'all out here. I can't stand my boss. I don't like, even if you did like your job, nobody likes their job that much. The people there at times you don't, man, I'm tired of coming in here today. I don't feel like, but you ain't got that, you don't really have that choice of not coming in because you may get docked or whatever, or, some shit like that. People,
It, and yeah, if if you really liked your job that much, you wouldn't even worry about pay.
yeah, there ain't nobody like their job that bad. I am so glad. I am so glad I never got hired with the federal government or any city, local government. Government
Okay.
jobs are a pain in the ass. Y'all work too damn slow. You got a bunch of this incompetent fuckers in them.
Hmm.
I'm glad I didn't get a job. And I look back on that shit, it was a blessing that I didn't get a job with the federal government. Black
Hmm.
people always talking about, oh yeah, get a job with the federal government, you set. Yeah, you set what? Ulcers, high blood pressure, people dropping dead. I don't want that shit. Motherfuckers getting, nah. Y'all keep that shit. Ain't enough money in the world that y'all couldn't pay me enough money to put up with that mess. And then most of them are up in them old ass buildings with asbestos. My mom got some thing in the mail about places that she may have worked where you might have asbestos, because she had colon cancer in 2007. So it's some lawyer thing. I don't know. You kind of got to watch that kind of stuff. But my point being is that a lot of the stuff that we counted as assets in disguise are nothing but liabilities, people. No
Hmm.
matter how you wash it, or how you want to flip it, scoop it up, whatever, that's all they were.
Hmm.
And we keep getting all into this thing about, well, I got, you're gonna go on. Half of y'all may not make it to 65 or 67. Well, like there was a post about, okay, you work to 65, and the average person, male, and maybe and black, maybe even sooner, dies between 70 and 76 years old or whatever. And sometimes lucky if they make it to 80. You talking about you only got 11 years to enjoy retirement, that you're making 40% less than your regular salary, and then they take out another 30%
Hmm.
as far as taxes, and y'all call that something that be thankful for? Y'all got to be special kind of stupid. Really. You're already getting screwed when you quit your job and taxes. You're not making, when you get retirement, you're not getting your full,
Hmm.
you're not getting your full, what's the name that you were making? Then you're gonna get hit again with taxes. And y'all are satisfied with that as an asset? Please. I'll sell you some swamp land in Kenosha or whatever. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know. People wake up. Y'all want to be woke? Think about that shit I'm just saying. That's being woke. Because no matter, like I said, no matter how you want to slice it, that's what you need to be woke about. Not that hot mess y'all want to be woke about. Okay. It is now 5 after 8. We're next to the last live sunset Sunday we have for the rest of 2021. Next week, next Sunday will be the last live session.
What?
The other ones, huh? What you
I was
say?
just like, what?
Well, I said live session. Okay,
Live
we'll,
session.
we live session. I just found out that I booked top earner in the marketing system we are at L5, the Rachels, Stephen
Yeah,
Lanacia.
I wasn't gonna. Okay, I wasn't gonna. I was gonna do a little video, but I'm like, no, I didn't do anything. So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you say what you got to say on that. So.
Stephen and Lanacia, Rachel were on our affiliate marketing thing last Tuesday. So he had something he posted on there. And we were trying to have him last year, but things got crazy. So we're gonna have him
Mhm.
when we come back on January 9th. Now, not this Sunday, so that next Sunday, the 21st. Okay,
Yep.
we're gonna take a break. Sometimes I need a break, people. It's gonna be the holidays.
Yeah.
That's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. I don't feel like having to deal with all that. It takes some things to
Hmm.
put this stuff together. I'm gonna still kind of be working because I gotta find out how this um automatic thing works on here to put pre-recorded videos. Because I might have to do some
Oh,
added video. So I'm gonna do a little
and
work, but that's yeah, on
correspondence
StreamYard.
with StreamYard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I might look into doing that this week. So I have
Hmm.
it done and just upload it and go about my business. But being an entrepreneur today is still work when you're taking off time stuff. But my thing going into 2022, I'm gonna be looking into a lot more automation in my business, freeing up a lot of more time to do things. I got some tools that I bought last year that I haven't used, um, especially with webinar type automation type things. This is what the wealthy do. This is what the top earners in online stuff. They automate their business. That's why they got time to be here and here, but they still make money. Okay. I was just on a class with Mark Harbour the other day on about that kind of stuff. He's a big enthusiast about automation, spending time back with his family, and that's what my whole thing is going to be about going into 2022. Probably we'll be talking about stuff like that because,
Hmm.
like I said, on in the digital entrepreneurial world, it's about buying back your time. It's about spending time with family and friends. You're going into holidays now. People don't want to be chasing nobody about don't network marketing business. Let a
Right.
video or some kind of post or something do the work for you. Let it have the heavy lifting in that. You know, life's too damn short to be working like a dog like that. Especially not even in this business. I don't want to do it. I'm 62 years old. Be 63 coming up in May. I ain't trying to do that, you know. So, especially you guys like you can't. Automation would be great for you because you still work a job. If you have some stuff working for you. Oh, did you get? I got you. Did you get that link? I sent you another link about supposed to be as a part of this streaming service, like a team thing. I sent you something.
I was it Sun? Was it Friday?
It might have been. It was
Because
this week.
okay, because I know you sent me something. I didn't open it, but I knew it was something that you had sent me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that may be it might have been on Friday. I hadn't
yeah.
opened it yet. Though.
Yeah. That's something that they implemented into this StreamYard.
Okay, okay.
So take a look at that. Um, but people, this is about getting back to enjoying life the way you want to do it, but making money, setting things in place in the marketplace where people can opt in and do this stuff and you get paid for it.
Hmm.
And people are like, well, what you mean? You can do it too. That's what the wealthy do. They don't work like y'all. Y'all work like a dog and get paid nothing.
Mm.
It's building assets that work for you. It's like investments. This is like another investment. Assets that work for you while you out doing something else. Like, well, we'll be working um the after the Sunday after Thanksgiving. There'll be a
Hmm.
Sunset Sunday, but it's not gonna be us live. It's gonna be repeated for some
Right.
different things that some people had never seen before. And I might repeat some I got some other videos that I got on my on file here. My might shift up in there. So it's different things. So, you know, it's all about leverage and buying back your time. We're gonna harp a lot about that kind of stuff going into 2022. Um, Probably one of the things we're gonna talk to. I would like to talk to the Rachels about going into 2022. That's gonna be January 9th, so everybody put that on your calendar.
Mark it down, y'all. Yeah,
Mark it
yeah, because
down, yeah.
yeah, Greg's
Um,
Greg's been trying to get Steve and Lanacia
Over a year.
for yeah, it's been a good minute. So
So I
this
did
this
because
well worth your time to check that out.
yeah, we had Mark Harbert on a year ago. Had one of my mentors, Rudy Smith, a couple of months ago. So those
Hmm.
I'm getting, top people that I know. These guys, the Stephen Lanacia, I've known them for a while. But I've never physically met them. Just I've bought some
Hmm.
of their products, been on some of their webinars.
Okay.
Um, that's how I know. That's the relationship factor I've been talking about. That's how you build those
Hmm.
relationships. Then you can do interviews to people that you know or might follow my or whatever. I'm like with Mark Harbert. I knew
Right.
Mark Harbert when he was with I can't think of the guy. He was in Italy. Mark Harbert was in Italy. No, Mark Harbert was in Central America, Chile. He
Costa
was living in
Rica,
Chile. And the other
Chile.
guy,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Chile.
And the other guy, what was his name? He was Italian. He was living in Germany. I think he still lives in Germany. So that's the power of the internet. They were business partners, but they were clear across different continents.
Mm-hmm.
People. They had to they had to come together to get a $10 ebook to really move their business together for
I remember him saying that. Yeah.
them. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the leverage factor. One's in Germany,
Hmm.
one's in Chile to do that. Come on, that's
Hmm.
outrageous. And you
Right.
talking about that was back in 2012, 2013 when I met them, knew them. So,
Okay. Okay.
that was way back in that time, folks, period. That was before we had the streaming shit.
Hmm.
When they met, I think it was more. No, there wasn't no streaming. They met through. Well, it was not like what we got now. They had webinar type things. Remember
Hmm.
webinars on air? Webinars on air. That
Yes.
platform that they had. Yeah,
Yes.
that was one of them. And then when Facebook came out with this type of stuff, all those type of stuff went by the wayside because technology keeps moving forward like anything else.
Yeah.
Um,
As see, Greg always. Greg said, "I'm." That's one of the reasons he brought me on because I have I for whatever reason I keep historical facts and figures in my head. The reason that I'm partnering with it because Greg is always searching for something that will be more conducive to 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 any, not just me, but any home business owner who's just looking to leverage the time to get not a shortcut, because there's no shortcuts in anything that we do in this business, but anything that would reduce our time to learn that skill set more efficiently. You want to take advantage of that, and Greg is one of those people who's always looking for that particular something.
that that attitude came from my years in the martial arts and my influence with Bruce Lee. Okay,
Hmm.
one of the things that this is another thing that I can remember being back that time. I had a lot of me and another friend Nelson. We had a lot of problems with martial artists, almost similar to what Bruce Lee had, because a lot of them thought because we didn't know kata or their kata that we weren't proficient martial artists. I said,
Hmm.
what does kata got to do with fighting? You can prearrange movement, don't got nothing to do with really know how to fight. Ain't nobody gonna come with you always straight ahead. They're gonna come with you hook, off angle, and if all you were doing is this and this and this, you're not prepared to take on any situation. Kata is a little bit restrictive. I know there's probably some martial artists on here that may disagree with me, but the whole premise of what the attitude Bruce Lee had, that resonated with me. And I took that attitude into business. See, there's two aspects of things in life that you need to understand. Either you'll need to add on certain things to understand to build, or you need to strip away unessentials. And that's the same way in martial arts, because everybody comes from different aspects of life. Some need to have something build upon, and some people need to strip away certain things.
Mhm.
But as a coach, teacher, you need to recognize that. Too many people in this business, like in martial arts, want to put everybody in the box. Well, you need to be this way because I say so. Well, that's bullshit. Okay, that's total bullshit. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't learn the same. And you got as a coach, whatever you call yourself, you need to recognize that to all your prospects or your clients or whatever. Everybody's different, and you can't put them in a box or they'll leave. Okay, that's the same. That was one of the reasons why people in network marketing couldn't hold teams together, because they put everybody in a box, saying this is the only way to learn, the only way to do this shit, and everybody couldn't do that. So their teams were falling apart because they kept putting everybody in the box like that. People said, "Man, forget this. I'm not doing this." You can't hold no team or anything together if you don't recognize the talents amongst your people, amongst your teammates,
Mhm.
amongst whatever, and utilize
Mhm.
them. Well, one of the problems we had in the martial arts thing here, there was a bunch of talent in Columbus, Ohio, martial arts back in the 70s and 80s. Sad to say, some of the people who were leadership didn't know what to do with it. And when you don't know what to do with that talent's gonna go elsewhere and utilize it either for themselves or somebody else will utilize it.
Mhm.
Until you understand that kind of stuff too, in business and everything, like this book I got by Shannon Lee, Bruce Lee's daughter. It's called Be Like Water. This is the attitude, the foundation of thought process of Bruce Lee, his teachings. That's where a lot of my attitude about stuff comes from. But I've been like that for 40 something years or longer. So, that's where my attitude about life and things come from. I'm not, my whole thing about it's not about teaching, it's about directing you to the right resources, because ultimately education is self-education. You have to do the work. I can't do the work for you.
Mhm.
Can't do the work for you. Your upline can't and usually won't do the work for you. So that's what you got to understand. There's too many y'all come in here, got employee mentality. You got to have, and one of the guys I was talking to this week, he said, well, he was talking about somebody else and said, well, I got to have a team. Well, a team can be a detriment to you too,
Mhm.
because if the team don't know and they got a bunch of followers and you ain't got the right leadership, a team ain't no good either. At the end of the day, it's
Right.
all about you. It ain't about the team. Okay? It's not so much about the team, especially in entrepreneurship. See, network marketing is about, they were talking about this team thing. But if it was so much about the team, why so many teams fall apart? Because the biggest problem that I think why teams fall apart in network marketing, you got too many people coming in with all agendas, and you need to set a precedent. Okay, what is your direction of your team? What kind of people do you want on your team? You can't have everybody
Right.
on your team. One thing Larry Winters did was qualify people to be on this team so everybody was on the same page on where they wanted to go and how they wanted to go. Too
Mhm.
many times in network marketing, you got too many people saying, well, oh, you said this, but he's doing this and da da da. That's why teams fall apart. You let everybody and anybody come to your team, and then it goes straight down the toilet because you ain't all the same pay. Okay. Everybody, just like even in the martial arts club, you got to decide what you're going to do. I think sometimes even in the marketing training, I mentioned this before. You can't talk about leverage and marketing and then talk about prospecting in the same breath. When you started out and your business model was strictly about being a hunted, not the hunter. Okay? Quit trying to serve everybody because there's always a market out there that's serving that type of people. Now, if that certain type of people want to change to what you have, let them come to you by your attraction marketing methods, your marketing. Let them come to you. Don't try to serve everybody in the marketplace. That's the same thing you said don't do, chasing people about your business in the marketplace. Quit trying to serve everybody in the marketplace. Same thing. People get caught in certain things and then they trip over their own damn schwang from what they started out to be. Then they get caught up in the bullshit of the market because they want to help the whole market. You can't help the whole market. The market's got to either help themselves, and the market's the people. The market's got to decide what they want, and you serve what people are looking for, not everybody in the market. Everybody in the market ain't for you. We tell marketers that as a business, why would you try to do the same thing as you trying to tell people don't have everybody come? Everybody's not interested in you. Well, everybody's not interested in your way you doing. Need to take. Hey, Amway had to take out a lot of stuff because some of the products and services wasn't moving. So after a certain while, you're gonna have to say, okay, we need to go back to our premise. And I think if I had a chance to talk to the guys in MSP, that's what I would tell them. I say, y'all need to quit trying. Y'all need to take out the term prospecting. Your whole business model was never geared towards that. You say this, but then you don't. If you have a business model that's geared towards leverage and all this other marketing, not prospecting, because there's a difference. That's where it needs to be geared towards. It can't be geared towards. You can't serve two masters. You're gonna fuck yourself when you do that. And if anybody on this is looking at this, I'll talk to them. I said, you can't do that. Your whole bit where you got to your success was where one of the reasons why I came to him is because of that quote. Learn to be the hunted, not the hunter. Because I had never heard that before in business like that. When you start getting away from your whole premise, that's probably the problem Facebook had. What's happening? Changing the name ain't gonna change the problems that you got. Change the problem first.
Right.
I don't know. You got any more things to say, Kent, before we get off here? We've been on an hour and a half almost.
Oh wow, okay. Hour and a half. Okay. All right. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all jumping on the broadcast with us. This is, as Greg says, breaking but not so breaking news. This is our next to the last broadcast for live broadcast, that is, for 2021. We're looking to do bigger and better things going forward in the year 2022. I think leading off with Mr. Steve and Miss Lanicia Rachel is going to be a great catalyst for that. Can't wait for that to jump off. And I know with me and this older player brother by my side, I know we're gonna do some things next year. I can't wait.
All right, people. Yep, that's what my plans are. Got to do bigger and better. Got to move forward. We're going into 2022, folks. Damn. I can't believe we're at the halfway mark of this month.
Mm-hmm.
People,
Mm-hmm.
as I always say, Sunday nights are a time when people hate their jobs, even though we're still in this pandemic and a lot more working from home. There's still a stress level, even more so with this economy going the way it is. We're getting back into surges again when it was going down a little bit because they say we're going into winter months, but we're not at the same position we were last year because we got the vaccine. Okay. But like I always say, too, if you drop dead at your office, at home, the companies will have your daggone job in the paper faster than your obituary being here. With that being said, my name is Gregory Smith. Kent Robertson will be here next week, last live show for 2021. People, take care, be square, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, everybody. Stay safe.